GIS to me and how it influenced my life and my career, I guess. So today I'm very pleased and privileged to present you the topic, my GIS saga, or the story which is beginning here in Olomouce. I guess that many of you know that this is not a coincidence that Saga GIS is actually an open source package. Actually quite nice piece of software with a lot of functionalities for geomorphometry, for geostatistics, for image processing, and it has a very large community and of users and developers. So I think it's a really promising piece of software, and I warmly recommend it. But my saga, as any other story, starts once upon a time. As the professor mentioned some time ago, not too long ago, there were first encounters in the winter semester 2005-2006. I came here through I was the icebreaker for the CQS network here in Olomouce between Belgrade and Slet University. And I spent the semester here, and it is true, I was really impressed, and especially by the department and the things that they were doing at that time and also later. So there were many brainstormings and discussions. This was probably one of the first discussions that the professor and I had in this field. I think this was in Prague in 2005. I'm not sure which conference. And then I paid another visit, also research visit during my undergraduate studies in 2007. So what actually was going on in my mind was the struggle between my background and this fascination by GIS and the whole new world of GIS, the revelation of GIS. My background was engineering background, so basically I graduated in geotechnics, which is a nice mixture between civil engineering and geology. Very practical thing, very useful thing. When you want to build bridges, tunnels, and all other different types of constructions, you really need good geotechnicians. So I graduated in 2008, but I was already aware that my journey will continue, and my topic was already inclined toward using GIS and toward extending the views of traditional geotechnics. So basically I tried to involve all those interests, especially landslide hazard and remote sensing in GIS, which are of course just academic interests, apart from being sportsmen and dancing, sports, arts, music, everything. So basically those interests remained the same through all those years. So landslide hazard assessment, remote sensing in GIS. And I started thinking how to implement all those together, how to integrate them, and fuse them together to get what I actually was hoping for. So it is Professor Vojilek who actually propelled all this by proposing me to come to PhD studies here in English and to fulfill my dreams, actually. And it was in the fall of 2008 when the turning point when I actually came. The reasons why I came was the program in English, the GIS, which was supposed to fuse my interests, and the department, which gave me a really warm welcome and accepted me as one of their own. And of course, the big boss, who was always open for discussions, open for collaborations and propositions. But at the beginning I was a little bit frightened, a little bit nervous, I must say, because I was lost. One thing that maybe contributed is this explanation of PhD. I will try to, this is one interpretation of PhD. where we have a knowledge, general knowledge of the world. Then we start to build our knowledge toward the whole world's knowledge. It's omnidirectional at the beginning, at the primary school and secondary school. As we enter the faculty, we are directing ourselves towards some topics, so it's getting more and more toward this boundary of the knowledge. And at the end, we touch the boundary, and after years of researching and pushing the boundary, we make a change, and this change is this big. So it's really a small bump on the surface of knowledge. This is our PhD. And from our point of view, is maybe changing the geometry of the boundary for a big deal, but when we take a look at the bigger picture, it's really just a small thing, just one drop in the ocean. So this is actually what guided me through all those years, that I need to take a look at the bigger picture and keep pushing, and to have always extension of my objectives. So at the beginning was a little bit difficult. I was lost. I didn't really realize how to do what I want. But luckily there was this project, Methods of Artificial Intelligence in GIS, Czech Science Foundation project. And Professor Ozilek wanted to join me to the team. And after some time I realized that this was the real thing, that those methods of artificial intelligence, machine learning in particular, are what I was needing all the time, what I should seek for. So I started to work intensively on that, not just for the research, but also during the semester. There was a lot of duties to finish, to complete, all the deadlines to meet, and including all the lecturing, exercising, examinations, but also conferences and always publications. So this activity culminated in research stays in a couple of occasions. I would like to mention my experience in Italy, which actually was very important because I achieved contacts with the people who are really one of the biggest researchers in the field of landslide hazard assessment in Lawrence School, and also in Perugia National Institute for Research. Also some other trainings in remote sensing and geostatistics. And I also try to follow the communities of the researchers who are concerned in landslide assessment, and try to visit their conferences, publish in their proceedings, and so on. So after hard work, the results, I guess, needed to come in time, I would say. They actually came quite recently. So I managed to publish in some scientific journals. This paper is what I'm actually very proud of. It's published in engineering geology. Since this is my background, I'm quite satisfied with this result. It's about landslide susceptibility using support vector machines. And also there's another pending publication in another journal which is coming soon. But what I also like to emphasize and to stress here today are the happenings which are the occasions and events which are happening behind the scene. Different types of social events, and this is probably the top list of my favorite events. So the sport day is definitely my first choice, because I think that for the good research, the ambient and the collaboration in the team is crucial. It is essential, and there couldn't be any good research without it. And I sincerely think that all those social events just help to build a healthy atmosphere at the environment. And I will just show you some selection of my favorites from this sport day events. Some volleyball, some football as well. Some strange situation that I lost a leg, I guess. On Being a Stranger, I'm not sure what this is supposed to look like. Some winning again, and a lot of teamwork in all situations. Again, a lot of teamwork and a lot of teamwork in every situation. So for the future, and for my future plans, my desire is to go back to Serbia and to try to influence my community there. But what will I bring here from Olomouce is exactly this spirit of teamwork and collective spirit. But also research curiosity, which culminated here in Olomouce for me. Also, byproduct of this kind of activity, which is deadline biorhythm, having all those duties to finish and to fulfill in time, you just adapt yourself to work harder and harder as the deadline approaches. So I got quite used to that after many sleepless hours and nights, but the most important thing is that I succeeded. And last, but actually the most important thing is that I will have good contacts and solid friendships from here, from Olomouce, but also from the people all over the world that I encountered in Czech Republic or elsewhere on different conferences and different visits and stays, but through my activities here at the department. So I guess that my saga will have happy ending. I will know in 1 year, so I guess next year I will know the answer to this. In Serbia or maybe somewhere else, 1 year is a long period to plan and to change mind and so on. So I would like to thank you for your attention. Don't want to take your time too much for the rest of the evening, which is, I guess, even more important according to what I have said. So, děkuji vám za pozornost a přeji vám hezký večer.